All right, so this is where we're at with this. Nothing's changed here. Got this guy going up here. Arduino firing relays that can take Arduino, and then I have to get 12 volts from here into here to here, so I can fire these guys. And then this bad boy right here is going to take 12 volts from this guy so that he can power the PWM on this guy right here. Um, and then I'm also going to have something over here. I'll put another DIN rail so I can do my voltage dividers so I can get power from this area here on both sides of the contactors and feed that with a voltage divider like a 10 to 1 back into the Arduino over there. So that is the ideas, and now it's just the ideas are the easy part. The hard part's actually doing it.
Okay, so what I found out was that one of my cells in this Prius module, which was on like number 4, it's either number 4 or number 5 pack of the Prius module, had a bad cell. Can you figure out which cell it was? Give you the hint. It's that one. What was happening is the cell was draining out down to like 0.8 volts or 1.3 volts, depending on how long I let it sit. And I never noticed it until I was doing the balancing, and I was checking the voltage of the cells, of the modules, and it was a little bit low. And I was like, well, that's odd. And so I went and checked every single little cell, and I figured out that that cell, which is right there, was bad. And you can tell it's bad because it has bad written on it. I did that. So what I had to do is I've taken a whole bunch of CMAX cells apart. There's a whole bunch of them, and these are really nice because they got Torx on them, and you just bust them apart and they come apart. But this guy, as I was looking at, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I don't know if that's focused or not, but it is a rivet. So what I did is I compressed the cells with my compression tool, drilled the rivets out, punched the rivets out, and then put in a new CMAX module or CMAX cell. And if you look at it, the posts are significantly higher. I mean, right there to right there, there. So, and the other thing is that what's kind of interesting is that it does look like it is in line. So the main bus bar should be able to attach onto it. But yeah, what I ended up doing was buying some 3/16 by 1/2 inch rivets, stainless steel, punching those in, and I hope those hold. I was figuring that if this did not work, what I would do is I would just take it apart and then weld nuts to the back side of this plate right here, and then I would just screw it together with bolts. Didn't have to do that just yet, so it seems like these are holding. So that's good. I was able to get this module back up and running. I was thinking about buying another module, or another Prius pack, but I decided not to. And surprisingly, this cell is not swollen or anything. It looks, in pristine condition, except for the fact that the voltage drops over time. But got that part of the project done. This was bothering me, and I knew this was a problem. I knew I had to fix it, and I was just ignoring it. And I finally said, screw it. Today I'm going to fix that, and I did. But I was glad that it was not, I figured it was going to be easy, because I figured it was a bolted construction. It was not. It's riveted. But the rivets weren't too bad. Just had to buy some stainless steel rivets, and it's good to go. And then I'm still working on the charger. Over here I have the charger. I think I'm going to get rid of this guy because it's not working. Arbor on Endless Sphere has been very helpful. It told me a lot of stuff. I've been doing things wrong with this charger. And I also had to buy a new one of these guys right here, Phoenix. What is this? This is I don't know what this is. Yeah, MCR VCD UIB DC. And what this guy does is takes DC voltage in and then gets 0 to 10 volts out. So I have that going to a voltage divider, then going into the Arduino. That is so that the Arduino can read the voltage of the main battery. So I can basically just do a I could have also done a voltage divider, but I would have needed very high voltage resistors, and it's really not a good idea to run high voltage directly into the Arduino. These things are opto isolated, so they're a little bit better. But yeah, I'm planning on getting a Volt Gen 1 charger and replacing that with the Voltage 1 charger. I could get an LTEC charger for $500, but I would rather buy a OEM style charger and figure out CAN than buying a Chinese LTEC charger and figuring out CAN. So either way, I got to figure out CAN, so I might as well do it with an OEM charger. But yeah, I have tried figuring this out. The other thing is that I've showed this before, but I didn't feel like buying this plug for the main power in, and the reason was that the plug was expensive. So I just ended up taking this whole thing apart and hardwiring the wires into here, and this nut just basically is a grub screw onto the wire. Trying to think what else. And then this is the LED display for the battery, the voltage of the battery. So I just need to get this stuff tidied up a tiny bit and do the wiring schematic and some other stuff. But this is the last piece of the puzzle, and once I get that done, then I'll be able to zip around. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just charge the battery with my old handy dandy charger from the last go-kart, and I'll just have to individually charge each charger up. Charge each module up individually, and that way I'll just tell it to charge to 3.8 volts per cell and let it sit overnight, or not that long. I won't leave it untended, but let it sit for a while to where it gets to full charge, and then just swap it out from battery to battery. So that is the plan for that.